a call. But joining us now, probably the man who never moans about anything, and is frankly probably the best-looking unmoaning man in the world. Gary Barlow joins us on LBC 97.3. A very good morning to you, Gary.
How are you, sir?
I'm very well. How are you?
I'm intrigued as to why you're putting me on a show about moaning.
Well, because you're always moaning. Always complaining. Never stop complaining.
That's not true, and you know it.
Yeah, I know that's not true, actually. I don't think I've ever heard you moan about anything, actually.
You know what? I really don't moan that much. I mean, obviously, everyone moans from time to time,
Sure.
but I think I'm probably one of the few moaners out there who don't do it very often.
No, you don't, actually. I mean, I've had the privilege of your company for 2 years now, which has been very easy on my eye, I have to say. And you, I don't think I've heard you moan about anything. And we've had some late nights and some early starts, and you don't really moan, do you?
No, do you know what? It's funny because everyone's been moaning here today about the weather. And
With the weather.
And do you know what? I can't be bothered. I mean, I'm 41 now, right? I've lived in England for 41 years. And it rains here an awful lot. It's like, why is everyone surprised? I know it's July, but, I mean, it's like, it's going to rain. It rains in England. That's why the grass is so green.
I know, that's why my lawn's so lovely. When you used to go to the holiday camps on holiday as a kid?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I did as well. People don't do that anymore, do they? Did you used to get woken up?
No, I mean, they're still there, aren't they, those places?
Some of them,
I think, like, the new one is Centre Parks.
That's so expensive. I mean, I'm sure it's very good, but I've not been. But it's
I've never been.
Have you?
But everyone always raves about it and wonders why you've not been. So
I can't imagine you at Centre Parks.
I can't either.
I think we bring the place to a standstill.
We were one of the first families down our road who actually went abroad.
Wow!
And it was like,
where did you go?
We went to check this out. And interesting because I've been back there this year.
Go on.
We went to Ibiza with
you.
Freddie Laker.
No.
Do you remember the airline?
Freddie Laker Airlines.
Yeah, it's the first time we'd ever been on the plane, and I was like, I think I was 6 or 7.
Yeah.
And it was so unbelievable, and we went with this company called Budget, and we got off the plane and we got on this bus, and it felt like the bus ride was like 6 hours long to where we were staying, and the bus stopped and the bit opened at the side to get the cases out, and all these guys got everyone's cases off, and they went, right, budget holidays, you get your own cases off. And me dad, bless him, had to drag all the cases off, and there we were. We had 2 weeks in Ibiza, and it was, as a kid,
amazing.
And it just felt like we were somewhere magical. The sun shined every day. It was unbelievable. We were sunburned. All the things you don't do nowadays, we peeled 4 or 5 times. Brilliant.
We were talking about, you had just been away recently, and I was going to buy you a Lilo. And I remember you saying to me that no one can fall asleep on a Lilo.
No.
Because men have this incredible urge to tip people off.
That's right. You know what? The Lilo is a seriously begrudged item. Because I know it now. If I see my wife lying there, relaxing, enjoying herself with that slight smirk on her face because she's on a Lilo floating, I just want to bomb it.
You become 12 again, don't you?
It's a target, though, isn't it? Someone on a Lilo. It becomes a target, and you think, that person, they're just enjoying themselves too much. That is too much like paradise. I'm going to change it.
I like to do it as my wife's dropping off to sleep. I always find that quite amusing. I can't actually believe we're still together.
Yeah,
Gary,
it's a wonder.
I've got some questions for you on 97.3.
Oh, really? Go. Do we have to do questions?
Yeah. What annoys you more than anything else?
Annoys me?
Yeah.
Oh, let me think. What annoys me? I tell you what annoys me. The worst. I am the worst person in traffic.
Right.
I just can't deal with it. I end up like I do that thing talking to myself like, what is everyone doing on this road? Why is this road so popular at this time of day? I do all that stuff.
Do you ever get into road rage? I mean, not get out of the car, but have shouting matches, and people suddenly look across and see it's you.
No, I'm not. I don't get annoyed. I always give way. I'm one of them drivers. I'm not really a very good driver.
Are you a give way kind of guy?
Yeah, I am. I'm not a great driver. I'm not that confident when I'm driving. I'll be honest.
No.
Yeah. I had a test drive for a car a couple of years ago, and it was quite a fast car.
Yeah.
And the guy who was doing the test drive said, got to the end of it, and I'd driven the car for like 20 minutes, and he said, "I've been test driving cars for this company for 25 years. That's the slowest test drive I've ever sat in."
You big girl.
Yeah, it's embarrassing.
Swimming pool or beach, Gary?
I'll go for a pool because the sand does me head in.
Yeah, it gets right in your nose, gets in your sandwiches as well.
Yeah.
If you had to take 3 things, not people, to a desert island, what would they be?
Now I'm going to expose my sadness side here.
Right,
Probably a BlackBerry,
right,
an iPad, and my computer.
Could your iPad not be the same as your computer, Gary?
Well, it probably is, but there's things I can do on my computer I can't do on my iPad.
Just pass me a pen. I'll just think of Gary Geek Barlow.
Yeah.
Is that okay? LBC 97.3, talking to Gary Barlow. Have you ever stopped to help someone at the side of the road, and what was their reaction?
Ooh, now, I remember doing, you know what, not for many years, but when we were at school, I think we were about 16, it was like just before I left school,
yeah.
we were doing this study on wheelchairs, and so the school had got us some wheelchairs, and we was going to sit, like one of us would sit in the wheelchair and someone would push us, and we were gauging the reaction of how people looked upon people in wheelchairs. Were they helpful? Were they dismissive? And all the rest of it. And anyway, I decided to go renegade and went on my own, and I was wheeling myself down this road, and I came to a crossing, and someone tried to help me, and by helping me, they sort of tipped one wheel off the side of the pavement, and I fell out of the wheelchair. Now, at this point, what do? Do you stand up and go, "Listen, and they all go, "It's a miracle," or do you just lie there and let them help you back in the wheelchair? That was my choice, and I acted it out. Sadly, that I couldn't walk, and they helped me back into this. It was so embarrassing.
Oh, that's awful.
But anyway, the result of the study was people were exceptionally kind and generous with their time. I've really gone off the point here, haven't I?
Yeah, but that's fine, really. I'm enjoying imagining you getting pushed off a wheelchair in the middle.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I was 16, but it was very interesting.
That'll be on the front page of a paper tomorrow. Does your mum still tell you off, Gary?
Yeah, time to time. Yeah, I mean, in general, she's a bit like me. She's quite laid back.
Right.
But yeah, from time to time. If I don't eat all my food, but when I'm there,
does she do that?
She's one of them mums where I go to visit and she says, "Do you want a sandwich?" I go, "No, I'm all right, thanks, Mum." "What do you want on your sandwich?" "Oh, no, I'm fine." "Ham or chicken?"
And football or rugby, Gary?
Football.
Last time you said sorry, to whom and for what?
Oh, do you know what? Today I did the classic dad thing where I turned very quickly and knocked my 3-year-old flying.
Oh, no.
I went to turn quickly in the kitchen and just knocked her off her feet, bless her. And she's
all right?
She's a little girl. She's very fragile. She's hurt very easily. And she was crying her eyes out.
Oh.
And, yeah, I had to apologise to her.
Oh, mate, is she okay?
Yeah, she's fine now.
All right.
Yeah, she's fine. The cast will be off in 6 weeks.
Did you get in trouble at school for anything?
Do you know what? I was quite good at school. Yeah, I mean, I think the only things I used to get in trouble for was arriving late for classes, because whenever I wasn't in English or maths, I'd be in the music room and I'd be either playing with synthesizers or, jamming with somebody. So I was often late for stuff because of the music. And,
right.
Yeah, that's the only thing I got in trouble for. I was one of those kids where my older brother was like the naughtiest kid in the school.
Right, so you were okay then?
It made you better, it made you behave yourself, I think.
A lot. Did you get a good school report? What did you get? What grade did you get in music?
Yeah, I did my O level because O levels then. I did it a year early, I think, and
wow.
got an A. I was quite good at music.
Funny that.
I don't know what happened.
I don't know what went wrong. What was the last gift you bought, and who was it for?
Last thing I bought.
Yeah, last gift.
Last gift. It would have been for Emily. She was 10.
Right.
In May. At the end of May, and we bought her an iPad.
Oh, I love that.
No, they get spoiled.
No, they do.
Kids?
They do. I got an iPad, and my daughter's now claimed it. So it's now her iPad.
Well, that's why I was keen to get her one, so she'd get off mine.
Yeah, well, there is that, actually. Are you a shower man or a bath man, Gary?
Shower.
Oh, lovely. We'll just hold that thought. Weights or cardiovascular?
Cardio. I'd much rather go for a run than being stuck in a gym.
Hey, you're into yoga as well, right?
I like yoga, yeah.
We're just picturing you in
It's
the
one of them
downward dog,
things.
Gary.
Pardon?
We're just picturing you in the downward dog.
Well, listen,
Well,
it's one of
Laura
them
is.
things
Our
that
producer
you've
is
got to
now.
open your mind to, actually, yoga, because I was a bit like that, yoga, it's a bit slow for me and all that. It is the hardest thing, exercise-wise, I've ever done.
Do you do
that hour, it's very good mentally for me, because I just never stop thinking of work all the time.
Right.
I'm always trying to, come up with plans for, a new charity adventure or whatever it is. I'm always trying to come up with stuff.
You're a workaholic, Gary. Do you ever stop working?
I know. Well, yoga does it for an hour. It takes me somewhere else, and it's very good. And it's very, very good for just your well-being. I think.
Sure.
I always feel amazing when I've done an hour of yoga for the rest of the day. So I'd recommend it to anyone.
I'd feel amazing watching you do an hour of yoga. When was the last time you cried, Gary?
You're going to depress me now. I think it was at my dad's funeral a couple of years ago.
The last celebrity you called?
Last celebrity I called was Jason Donovan. I called him earlier to wish him luck now, because his TV show started tonight, the Superstar thing. Did you watch it?
I did, yes, I did.
Good, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was very good. I'm doing the warm-up for that, actually.
For next week?
Yeah, it starts.
Does it go live next week?
Yeah, we do one on Friday. We do a pre-record on Friday, and then it goes live at the weekend, and then it's every day. So I'm really looking forward
and is
to
it
that.
shot in Fountain where we do X Factor?
We're up at Fountain, up at Wembley. I don't know. Love your dressing room, Gary. It's your dressing room now, of course.
Who's in my room?
I don't know. I'll find out. I'll have words. It'll probably be Jason, actually.
Yeah,
I think it might be Jason. Yeah. Do you do housework?
I'm a quite tidy person, so I'm always like picking up smoothies and stuff the kids have left, the wrappers of stuff, and but last time I picked up a Hoover a long time ago. Don't really do that.
Right. And what makes you proud to be British?
You know what? A sense of humour.
Yeah.
I do believe. I know because we're English. We think our comedy's the best or whatever. But it's just the attitude of people. It's the way we do ourselves down, and we're self-deprecating. I love that.
Yeah,
I think
me
it's
as well.
Brilliant. I think it's a great thing to have, and we have it as a nation. We have a great sense of humour. And we should always hold on to that. It's something that I think translates to every country around the world.
And talk about humour. Have you, or in fact Dawn, your wife, have she read 50 Shades of Grey?
Dawn has. I haven't.
The last DIY you did, Gary?
Do you know what? I did some today.
Go on. What, at Mum's house?
Yeah. I did. There was like a window that wouldn't shut properly. And I got one of the sharp knives. You know them beautiful sharp knives you buy for food, but you end up opening Amazon packages with them. Yeah. I got that knife, and I just shaved a little bit of the window off, and it closed.
It's a big day tomorrow, Gary, for Andy Murray. Are you a tennis fan?
I'm very proud of him. Very proud. I like tennis. I play tennis every week.
Right.
I love to watch it as well. It's a very exciting sport, and I can't believe that we've got a player who's British in the fight. It's brilliant.
It's amazing, isn't it?
And I think he's going to win.
Gary, thank you so much for joining LBC 97.3 and me as well.
Pleasure, mate. It's a pleasure, and good luck with the show.
Yep, I'm standing in for Krista. I pushed the chair away now. I'm now standing.